All right, I think we are live. At least I think we're live. Are we live? Are we live? Hey Sagar, how's it going? You're the first one in. Amal, hello. Hello. I'm doing fine. I just got home from work like literally about half an hour ago and rushed to set everything up. So I said I would try and get on by midnight. I was off by 5 minutes, so not bad. Not bad. I am live. Namaste. Ashish. Jack Maple. Hey Koricon, huge fan. Oh, first time to make it to a live stream. Well, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Twinkle. I like that. Hi. How's it going? Shimjo. You got a nice wall set up. Thank you. It's not that... I mean, it looks good on camera. It's the magic of film. But it's really just a piece of cardboard that I put the posters on so I can move it around. Like if you watch some of my old videos, my desk is farther back against the wall, and this was bent into the corner. And so I straightened it out and pulled the desk this way and then put the shelving back there so that I could put, you know, just nerdy stuff back there. Hello, Shivam. How's it going? Yeah, Sagar, you're the first one to message something. Feelmaker. Hello. Night Fury. No, I just started, man. Like literally a minute ago. Just started. Who's my favorite Bollywood actor? I don't have favorite actors or directors. I have actors and directors and producers and writers that I trust usually pick good scripts or write good scripts, so they have a higher chance of making a good movie. So, but I don't fanboy over anybody. I have to stay kind of neutral being a reviewer. And I've always really been like that. You know, whenever I see a movie, if someone was announced for the movie, I might get excited because they usually pick good scripts. But I treat every movie the same. What's special for today? Well, we're doing 3 reactions tonight. We're going to do a Bengali trailer for Hariye Jawa, and then a Malayalam sneak peek number 2 for Ranam. We did sneak peek number 1 last week. And then the one everyone has been asking for, Rajinikanth's new teaser, Kaala. Is it pronounced Kaala? Because there's 2. It's Kaala, Kaale. Is it Kaale or Kaala? Shimjo, pronounced your name perfect. Oh. Well, I am horrible with names, so it's good that I was able to say it right. No, I haven't watched the movie Aruvi. If it was in theaters out here, it wasn't very long, and or it was too far away. Christopher Nolan or James Cameron? I would have to go with Christopher Nolan just because he's actually done something in the past 20 years. I mean, when was Cameron's last movie, not documentary, just movie? It was a long what, 14 years ago was Avatar or something like that. So, Christopher Nolan. Like, I don't know if James Cameron can still do it anymore. It's been forever. Kaala. GJ Media. Hey, how's it going? Yeah. Hariye. How do I pronounce that? Hariye Jawa. There's a lot of vowels in there. Yeah, it's a Bengali movie. Aruvi is on Amazon Prime. That's cool. I mean, I might get to it. I got other movies I've got to review first. Shimjo. Loved your dedication to watch Padmavat. Yeah, I don't like it when I can't see a movie that I want to see. And I probably spent way too much time trying to see it because I ended up wasting, you know, two halves of or a half of 2 days trying to see it. So, but I was glad I was able to see it. Oh, too many. Shivam, love your movie and trailer analysis. Thank you. Filmmaker. Nice to see you. Nice to see you too. Ashish, I know you're not into rom-coms, but last week, Sanu Ki Titu Ki Sweetie. Wow, that is a long name. What does that mean? What does that translate to? Got released, it got good reviews. Well, I'm not against romantic comedies. You know, if they're done right, I like them. I just don't like the melodramatic kind of dramas where people put themselves in situations that are so far out of logic that they're basically creating their own drama to where the movie isn't entertaining to me anymore because the whole time I'm thinking, well, you brought this upon yourself, and then I'm not rooting for the good guy anymore. I don't care if he gets the girl because I'm like, you made this, you dug your own grave, you deal with it. I am going to be reacting to the Kaala. I've got 3 today. You can see it in the title. I've got it in the title of this video, this live stream. I'm doing Hariye Jawa, the Bengali trailer, Ranam, sneak peek number 2, and Kaala. You are a true reactor. Well, thank you, Nanu. What makes somebody a true reactor? Is that just someone that's not a fake reactor? Oh, it's the names of the characters. Okay. I do not know what Jill Jung... I don't know what that is. I put your name on Google search bar and it knew who you were. How do you feel about that, being a YouTube celebrity? Well, the thing is, like, it's not that odd that my name would come up on the Google search bar because I have a unique name. Koricon was a made-up name that I created for a Dungeons and Dragons character when I was a kid, and it's just stuck with me. I've always used it for characters, or when the internet went public, I used it as my internet handle, and so there isn't another name like that. I think there's a company somewhere that started that has the name Koricon, but that's it. So typing in that name will probably bring me up. My real name is Matt. You type Matt in and you're not going to get me. You're going to get a whole other bunch of famous Matts. Is Shape of Water really a spin-off of Hellboy? No, it's just made by the same director. But I can see where people think it's a spin-off because the main character, the aquatic creature in Shape of Water looks a lot like Abe Sapien in Hellboy. But It's only because Guillermo del Toro directed it, and he has a very similar artistic style with his creature effects. Why don't you do some classic Bollywood movies? I have. I've done some older ones, and I plan on doing more older ones. This is the reason for these live streams, so I'm not spending so much time trying to do trailers when they come out, because that takes a lot of time away from that I could focus on doing reviews. Like all of the reviews I've been doing for every episode of Breathe, I probably wouldn't be able to get those out as much as I have. I mean, I've only got one more to do if I'm doing trailer reactions all the time. So these live streams help condense those trailer reactions so I can concentrate on more reviews. And I'm trying to do more older movies. I have a polling system set up to get those, and I have some that I need to do. I'm waiting until after I'm done with all of the Breathe videos. I'm sorry if I missed some of what you say, because it's going up a little quick, so if I miss it, feel free to type it again. Shivam said knowledge about the stuff. I think I missed the first part of that. You're so good. I like how you react. Oh, thank you. Congrats on 15K. Thank you. Devdas was a melodrama. How was that? Devdas was a melodrama, but it also was more of a Shakespearean. So when I talk about melodrama, I'm thinking of, like, you know, a present day kind of soap opera where someone makes their own drama. It's not drama that happens because of a situation. It's drama that's created by the character, and so it ends up being their own fault. With Devdas, that was more of a old story, kind of like a Shakespearean tome, and so it had those kind of overlays on it, where it was more of, you know, the drama of the situation and the characters that were involved, but there wasn't very much of people overreacting to cause their own drama. It was more of just the drama of the situation. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. He may be the father of Abe Sapien. Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of theories out there, but Del Toro has already come out and said that it's not related. It's not connected to Hellboy in any way. But it is fun to theorize about how they would be connected. Doom 3. I may do Doom 3 at some point just to complete the trilogy, since I already reviewed Doom 1 and 2. But I've got other movies I need to do first. Breathe is amazing. It was a good show, and I love the details. The writers and the director were really good about little details. And for somebody that pays attention to a lot of details and loves those kinds of things, the show is a goldmine of little details. If you've seen my discussions, my spoiler discussions on the episodes, I'm always talking about little things that I really liked seeing. Yeah, a lot of people recommend Aruvi. I want to see that, and I also want to see Raman Raghav 2.0. I didn't catch the thing about the Academy Awards. I don't really follow the Academy Awards. Oh, how many award do I think Shape of Water will get? I don't even know how many categories it's nominated for. I don't follow the awards. I hear about it after the fact, but you know, if in a movie I like wins, that's cool. I'm rooting for oh my gosh, what was the name of India's submission? Newton. I'm rooting for Newton to win just because it's the Indian movie. But I don't follow the awards. I think they're rigged. So it doesn't really, I don't think they properly represent the film of that year. It's more of who had the most money to promote it to get the political win amongst the voters. So I don't follow them too much, but it is cool when a movie I like wins. Okay, things are going kind of quick. So if I miss what you said, I'm sorry. You can type it again. Yeah, Shankar does good movies. That's for sure. What do I think of Malayalam films? Do you feel any different comparing to other Indian stuff? No, all of the film industries are a bit different. They're a little different. They have their own unique little styles to them that I like. It's really just a matter of budget. You know, you get into some of the other film industries, they don't have the budget. So you have to take that into consideration. So when I'm reacting to a trailer for a Malayalam film or a Kannada film, I'm keeping in mind that they don't have the budget of a Hindi film, or they don't have the budget of a big Tamil or Telugu film. And so they're working with what they got, and you have to take that into consideration because it is important. Budget and what they do with the budget is what is really what makes a movie good or not. And the writing. I mean, it doesn't cost much money to write a good movie. It's more of, are you writing something that you can actually produce with the budget you have? And if not, you need to go back and rewrite your story so that you can make that story with that budget. Don't try to make a movie that you can't afford to make, because then it doesn't turn out very good, no matter how good your story is. Almost a year ago, I promised that I'll do Kamal movie reviews like I did for Rajni. I'm sorry I don't remember that, but I may have. We'll have to figure out what we can do with that. But I can't give like a solid answer right now. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that, but I've got a lot of things on my plate right now. So when I can do another series of something, I'll consider that. You want to watch the surroundings beside my setup? Are you talking about the rest of the room? No, it's boring. I've seen some reactors getting so excited, whoa, like they stand up. Oh, so how do I feel about the people that overreact like that? Well, see, there's two lines of thinking on that. There are people that genuinely react that way. And it's really about sustainability. Can they sustain that level of energy? If it's a natural reaction for them, like that is something that they naturally do, then that's their default position. So they always have that energy to pull it off all the time. If they're overreacting to try and gain attention, they're putting in more energy than what they naturally would give. And so it's not sustainable. If you're not yourself, if the reactor is not being themselves, they're not going to be able to sustain the energy level to maintain a YouTube channel, because it's hard. It's a lot of work to maintain a YouTube channel. And so if you're not coming in with your natural personality, then you're not going to be able to sustain it, and eventually your channel will go down, or you'll have to change to become more like yourself. What do I think about the term Bollywood? Do you like when foreigners refer to Indian movies as Bollywood? No, I don't like the word Bollywood. I don't think Indian, like, you've never in my early, like 2 years ago, I used the term Bollywood just because that's the only word I really knew. And I didn't know that it stood for Hindi films. When I figured that out, I didn't like the term Bollywood or Tollywood or Collywood anymore, because I don't think India should be comparing themselves to Hollywood. And that's what it feels like. It feels like that they're trying to be a Hollywood, or they're trying to become that. And I don't think they should try to do that. I think they should do their own thing and go in their own direction and embrace their own film styles. Now, get ideas if you see something in a Hollywood movie that sparks, some inspiration, go for it. That's cool, but I don't think that any of the Indian film industry should try to emulate Hollywood. I think they should just do their own thing. That's why I always just call them by the language. And in my titles for my videos, I only use the original. I try and use the original language, like whether it be Hindi or Tamil or Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, Bengali, Punjabi, like all of those. I try and put the language that it was in. Director of The Mask is directing a Hindi movie this year titled Jungli. Interesting. Hey Alex, Vishwarupam. I've had many people tell me about that. That's probably in the top 15 most requested movies for to review. I'm sorry, Stern. I really am, man. I mean, it's like, what can I tell you? I'm sorry. Things get crazy over here. That I wonder if that happened around the time where my life got turned upside down about a year ago. IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes, what would you prefer? Neither. I don't look at scores, especially scores that are created by public opinion, because they are easily manipulated. So and then for like IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes scores, if you're looking at the critic number, it's just a number collection of positive versus negative reviews. But a positive review can be anything from, it was okay, to that was the greatest movie ever. And that's a huge gap. And to kind of scrunch all of that into one thumb up, I don't follow any of those. I don't pay attention to any of the ratings. Plus, sometimes I don't agree with them. I might see a movie and then I like it and the ratings is low. And if it's a public score, like it's the Rotten Tomato, what the public thinks, I never even pay attention to that score at all, because you have so many times that people will just try and get a group of people to go and force the score up or down, depending, even if they haven't seen the movie. I mean, it's a pretty pointless number. But everything Jabby. Whoa, I didn't catch that one. Something about Jabby. Rocky Handsome Last Fight review. I've seen that many times. It's it's a good fight scene, that's for sure. So was the Korean one. I can't remember the name of that right now. I've been up along. I haven't slept very much. My brain is a little fuzzy, so I'm trying to remember names, but I can't remember the original Korean film it was based on. But both of them, they had really good fight scenes for that ending. I see why you are not striving for subscribers and views, even though, I I don't really make videos to try and gain subscribers and views. You know, it's really cool if I get a lot of views and subscribers come. You know, it's awesome when I see a video that's doing really well. I like seeing those numbers go up. It's awesome. But I don't make videos for the sole purpose of getting views and subscribers. I only do videos that I'm interested in, or that I've promised to do, that I remember that I promise. I'm sorry, Stern, but we'll do it eventually. I feel horrible, but I'm sorry. Anyway, that's, you know, I want to do videos that I want to do, because again, going back to sustainability of a YouTube channel, if you're not being yourself and you're not doing what you enjoy, eventually your channel's going to crash. Because you're going to burn out, you're going to run out of energy, and you're going to burn out, or you're just going to not like doing it anymore. So that's why I don't worry about the views. I'm just going to do what I think is best for me personally and the channel. I should watch the Telugu movie Awe. Yeah, it was playing near here, but it was too far away. I think the last time I looked it up, it was in South Denver, and I can't get down there right now. I have too many things going on per day, and I don't have the time to spend an entire day to go see a movie. Do you ever think why Jabby Koei and others get more views than you for reactions? I think there's a couple of things in there. For one, Jabby has, you know, he has more flashy videos. Like he's got cool texts at the bottom. It feels higher quality. He's got really good cameras. He does faster edits, so the video goes quicker. My videos are longer just because I like to review things. And a lot of people just want to come in, see the reaction, and go. And so they don't want to watch a video that says 15 minutes or a half an hour. They want to see the video that says 5 minutes, so they can just pop in, see it, and go. But I don't make videos just to do a reaction to get views off of it. I want to do the review part. You know, if I could cut out the reaction and be perfectly fine, but I know a lot of people like seeing the reaction, so that's why I do them. But for me, it's the review part is the important part for me. So I'm not going to ever really get as big as Jabby, just because my videos are longer. My videos are more of a review based than a reaction based. I'm not an over-the-top reactor. I'm not an attractive person. I'm just an old fat guy that likes to review movies. I don't have pretty girls next to me. I'm not, you know, there's a lot of YouTubers that will always do better than me no matter what the quality of their video is. I mean, I think Jabby makes good videos and he's got good commentary. But he did grow fast, and he markets a lot more than I do. I was in the movie theater one day, and I posted this last year. He had a commercial. He had a commercial for his YouTube channel at the AMC theater. And I was like, whoa, I can't afford to do that. Every once in a while, I'll do like a $15 little promotion thing on Facebook or Twitter for a specific video. But that's it. Like, I can't afford to go and do marketing. First time watching your live feed. Well, thank you, man. Akash Commander. This is really your first time watching my live stream? I thought you had been... Oh. Huh. For some reason, I thought you might have been on some of them. Do I feel like Hindi movies lack creativity? I mean, are they underutilizing their money, still sticking to cliche No, what it is every market is going to... And this is true with any film industry. They are businesses. These production companies are businesses. They're not making movies for the art. Now, the filmmakers might, but the people that have the money, that put money into a movie, those production houses are not in the game to make art or a good movie. They don't care if the movie is good or not. They only care if the movie makes a profit. People go and watch the romance movies. They watch the fantasy movies. So as long as those are making profit, that's what they will spend money on. If those movies start to not make profit and people are not watching them, or they lose interest, they're going to chase whatever the next trend is. So I don't think that they're being, I don't think that they're losing creativity. I think there's plenty of creativity in Hindi films. It's just the production houses are not going to spend the large amount of money on something that they consider a huge risk. They're going to spend their money on something they know statistically will bring in a profit. Ever been to India? No, I have not. I would love to go someday, but I don't have any money. I'm poor. This is all movie magic, man. Like, I'm not even using expensive equipment. I just utilize what I have pretty well, I think. Like, I don't have an expensive DSLR camera. I have a somewhat expensive webcam when it comes to webcams. It's a Logitech Brio, so it's a 4K webcam, but I film in 1080p on it. But the reason I got the 4K is because the codec software used with the Brio is much better, so you get a crisper 1080p with that. And then I export in 1080p. I'm pretty good with the lighting. I don't have expensive lights. I have a $15 desk lamp over here, and I got my ceiling light here. And then I might bring up something, because I have two monitors in front of my face. So I might bring up something that's a white screen to try and bounce a little bit more light on my face. So I don't, this stuff is not, like all this stuff back here is just stuff that I have owned because I'm a nerd, and Loot Crate things. These are posters that I got over the years on a piece of cardboard. I mean, this is all fake movie magic. It looks expensive, but trust me, I spent as little money as possible. Which Indian movie am I most excited that I went to watch in the theater? I guess I would have to say Bahubali 2, and it's because Bahubali was the first trailer that I reacted to over 2 years ago. And it was also the first Indian movie I reviewed, which was like the next week after that. That's how I initially got attention on the channel. I wasn't aware of it at the time. I just thought the trailer looked cool. I loved the cinematography, and so my dad is a huge fan of Indian movies, so we rented it and we watched it together, and then I reviewed Bahubali. What I didn't know at the time is I was the only reactor that reviewed the movie. So there were a lot of reactors reacting to that trailer at the time, but no one went and watched the movie, which surprised me, because after seeing that first trailer, I was like, yeah, I want to see what that is. So I reviewed it, and that's how I got the initial boost of how my channel became what it is. And so and then I had worked a lot, well, not worked, but Arca Media had connected with me, and they were telling me of when trailers were going to drop and all of their promotional stuff. So I was getting word of when it was coming. They would say, hey, just to let you know, the trailer's going to be dropping on this day. And so and they did a lot of marketing. So it was a huge, like a year of build-up for that movie. And then when I went to go see Bahubali 2, I got to see it with a bunch of people that are subscribers to the channel and got pictures with them. And, you know, if you watch the Bahubali 2 review that I did, you know, I have a thing with them. So it was good. I had a lot of fun, and I think that's why it was the most anticipated for me, is because of everything that Bahubali had done for my channel and stuff. Jack, I cannot do a reaction to Awe. I had many requests when it came in, but Awe is... The movie Awe is connected to Telugu Film Nagar, which is underneath the Whacked Out Media MCN. And Whacked Out Media gave me my strike in my first year, and they were very quick to block videos. And so I don't do reactions to anything for any company that's under that Whacked Out Media MCN. Even if I know for sure I won't get a strike or a block, I just won't support. I won't support the promotion of any of those movies. Now, I would review a movie. I have no problem doing that because Whacked Out Media is just the YouTube MCN. They don't have any control over the production of the movie itself. They're just controlling all of the copyright stuff in the YouTube channels. So, but I won't promote their movies. I'm not going to help them get promotion by doing videos for their marketing material. But I will watch a movie and review it. I tried to go see Awe, actually. I just wasn't able to find a day that I could get down to South Denver to see it. Network is gone? What? Uday? You still in there? I doesn't seem gone to me. Network seems to be fine. What was my view on Doom 2, the theft scene? Oh man, I reviewed that a long time ago. I'm trying to remember. I'm sure I mentioned it in my review, and it's on the channel. I review a lot of movies. I can't remember every detail of all of them. If you want to refresh my memory. Technically, would I prefer South Indian movies or Bollywood from the work that I've seen? I don't prefer either one. It doesn't matter to me where a movie is made. It's more of... Because there's good movies and bad movies in every industry for every language. It doesn't matter. From my point of view, all of them are subtitles. So for me, the language doesn't matter at all. Some movies in South India are really good. So there's some movies in North India that's really good. Like one of my favorite movies, Indian movies of last year that I saw was Vikram Vedha. Hey Shrish! No, you're not late to the stream. I've just been answering some questions and doing some Q&A. I've got 3 trailers that I'm reacting to. When are movie reviews coming? Well, I'm in the middle of doing all those Breathe episodes. So once I'm done doing all of my videos for Breathe, then I can move on to some of the other movies I want to do. Should react to AIB and TVF videos. Yeah, I got permission from them a long time ago. I think from both of them. To do reaction videos. I mean, but that was like over a year ago. I'd probably have to ask them again. But I'm not really interested in reacting to other YouTubers' videos because I see my channel more as a review channel. The reaction is a secondary for me. But a lot of people love the reaction part, so that's why I do them. But the reaction part of a trailer reaction is not what interests me. It's the review part after the reaction is what I enjoy doing. So I do the reaction part for you guys, but it's the review part that I want to do. Dhanush, still remember the day you went to watch SAHADEV? Yeah. No, the first movie I reviewed was Bahubali. But I think SAHADEV was one of the first I saw in the theater, from what I remember. I think it may have been one of the first I saw in the theater. The diamond theft scene. Oh, and Chase. I'd have to look back at my old review to refresh my memory of it. Choose one. Memoirs of Murderer, Japanese or Korean. I did not see either one, so I can't tell you. If you were given a chance to cast an Indian actor in a Hollywood movie, who would it be? Well, Irfan Khan has done movies in the U.S., and so he was probably the one that I was exposed to the most, just because he's been in a lot of, U.S. TV shows and movies. So I would cast him because I like his range, but it depends on the character, really. What kind of character would I be casting for? And then I would cast an actor that would be able to do that character. It's not the other way around. Why I didn't react to border ceremony of India and Pakistan. It's a ceremony which held on border every day. Only India and Pakistan do that. I just don't really react to things outside of movie stuff. Yeah, Nenokandine is also one of those movies that I've had many people request that I review. What are my thoughts on Prabhas Sahu movie? I don't think I saw Sahu. Some people say SRK does a lot of marketing and only does movies to earn money. No, I wouldn't agree with that. Because if you want an example of somebody that only does movies for money, and then you want to look at the director Michael Bay. He only does movies to make money. That is his sole purpose in life. Shah Rukh Khan is not that. He does projects that he's interested in. Michael Bay does whichever project will give him the biggest paycheck. Would I cast Shah Rukh Khan for Joker in a Batman movie? No. No, I wouldn't cast him as Joker. I would cast him as Clockmaster. Or Mr. Freeze. I think he could do a good Mr. Freeze. I think Nawazuddin would probably do a good Joker. How is the Breathe series? It's awesome. I love the details. Saho's still in production. Oh, I saw the teaser. That's right. That's right, I did. Before Bahubali 2. I want to see a trailer. So, I'll wait until that. Any Indian actresses I've got a crush on? Well, since I've been watching Breathe, I've got a crush on that actress who plays Raya. She's gorgeous. But I don't remember her name. Oh, I forgot to post my social media stuff. Okay. Well, I guess it's still okay to do that now. $30 to $20 core for the chase scene. That's an expensive chase scene. Good thing the Bumblebee movie is not directed by Michael Bay. Yeah, but one weird thing is they're already considering rebooting Transformers without Michael Bay. And so what's the point of the Bumblebee movie? Because that would end up being the last Transformer movie of this series. And then they would go straight into a reboot. It almost seems like a pointless film to make, and it's not going to go anywhere else. So they would need to have a self-contained storyline. If they try and leave it open in any way, it would just piss off fans because they're not going to make another one. Shah Rukh Khan is very good at doing weird psycho type of roles. Yeah, but I see him better at more of the calm, like a calm, calculating. That's why I would like him as a Clockmaster or a Mr. Freeze. I think he would do good. I mean, I could even see him as Two-Face, like a Harvey Dent. I think he would do good as that. But I wouldn't want him as Joker. I don't know. I don't see him as Joker. I'm sure he would do a good Joker. It's just not the first person I think of when I think of Joker. Yeah, we should do the first trailer. Alex, I have not reacted to Kaala yet. We're about to do the first one. So let's check this one out. First one up of the night is a Bengali movie called Hariye Jawa. At least I hope I pronounced that right. I don't know if there's subtitles. If not, we'll just go with the flow. So let's check this out and see what we got.
আচ্ছা কখনো ভেবে দেখেছেন এই যে পাখিটা ইচ্ছে হলে যে কোনো জায়গায় উড়ে যেতে পারে তবু সন্ধ্যে হলে ফিরে আসে কেন বাসা বাঁধে কেন
I like the greens in that. They got some good soft light for the whole drama thing. I like that, the way that they're putting all of the wood pieces from the beach and the camera shots. It looks nice. Yeah, that's a cool building. Oh, they're pining after each other.
Sorry, একটু ঘুমিয়ে পড়েছিলাম। জলদি চালা।
So where did these protagonists come from?
আচ্ছা, আপনি ওই তারাটা চেনেন? ওই যে
ওটা ধ্রুব তারা।
সবকিছুর উত্তর তো পেলাম না কোনোদিন। শুধু উত্তরের দিকটাই খুঁজে পাই বারবার।
So a couple of things. You know, I can see how they're utilizing their budget. The cinematography looks good, so they're spending budget very well in that category, using proper camera and lighting and all that stuff. So I'm liking the cinematography. I like some of those camera shots as well. They're very interesting. I think the fight scenes don't look very good, but I do understand because of budget. But I'm worried about the protagonist. So this trailer goes deep into the love story, you know, boy and girl, all of that stuff, the drama that goes on with their relationship. They show the montage of them pining after each other because they're separated. He had traveled away. But where do these antagonists come from? Like, who are the bad guys? Where did they come from? What's their motivation? In the trailer, they just show up. So I would prefer to either have a little bit of who they are and why they're there, and, you know, anything. We didn't even see any dialogue from any of them. Even if I can't understand it, they didn't say anything. Maybe they mentioned it, but I didn't understand because there's no subtitles. But I want to know where those antagonists come from. And, you know, even though I forgive the fight scenes because of budget issue, the sound effects, the Foley, if you listen, those two hits, that's a very generic kind of movie sound, movie punch, movie kick. It's like a standard kind of effect that you can get pretty much anywhere. I would prefer that they do their own Foley. So I would suggest, if you guys still have some time and you're interested in doing this, if anybody that is making this movie is watching this, to go back and do some of your own Foley sounds. You know, just get a nice microphone, watch the film, and do your own Foleys. So kick something. But, you know, this, from even just from here, sounds a lot better than what was the kind of simple effect that you can get for a punch. You know, just, you know, hit something like, just that kind of sound would even sound better. Kick something that has some substance to it and make your own Foley sounds. I think it would greatly increase the fight sequence. Even if it doesn't look the best, it would at least sound good. But I do love some of these cinematography. Where was it? I loved the greens. Very nice and vibrant, bright. The contrast of the green of her dress being just a couple of shades lighter than the green of the foliage around it. It looks cool. I like it. But that's what I think. What do you guys think? And you're live with me right now, so you can tell me. What do you think? Okay, this person. For one thing, the President TV, I do not make that much money on this. I probably make $30 a month doing this. I do this because I enjoy doing it. Another thing, I do not tolerate trolls. So, congratulations, you have been blocked. All right. Hey, Shrish, are you going to be on for a little while? Let me know if you're going to be on for a bit. Alwyn, are you going to be on for a bit too? Can I make you guys moderators so you can help me out with some of these? Because I've known Shrish and Alwyn for years, so I trust them to be moderators. There's some of the old school, back in the days, All right, Shrish. Oh. All right, Shrish, you are now a moderator. And so are you, Alwyn. So help me out. I blocked presidential. Let me know if there... I don't know if you have the ability to block or not. You may just be able to, you know, delete comments. If there's somebody that I need to block, let me know. Let me see if this stopped. There we go. Edison, you're getting trolls. You're on the right track to make it big. That's true. You know, you've made it when you get haters. Arumugam. My dad has been watching Indian movies for, I want to say 15, 20 years. Nanu, Sharma, hello. Yes, I did watch Padmavat. I did a review of it. So if you want to check it out, it's on the channel. I enjoyed it. Don't lie, bro. I know you're going to buy a castle in Europe from the money you made on YouTube. That's funny. I think the money I make on YouTube right now would be enough to maybe pay for a movie ticket. Once a month. I mean, it would be great if I made enough money to do this full time as my job. That would be awesome. But it's not like I focus on Indian movies just to make money. If that was the case, I wouldn't have been doing it for the past 2 years. Okay, you can go in timeout. All right, that's good. That means I'm still the only one that can block. But, awesome. Time Pass Machine. Where is Kaala reaction? That is the third one on the list. We just did the first one. Hariye Jawa, the Bengali one. The next one up is the Malayalam Ranam Detroit Crossing Sneak Peek 2. And then after that, we will get to the Kaala. Hey, Jones. Just a movie ticket? Well, I mean, alright, so I used to be a part of an MCN called Broadband TV, and they recently just dropped me a couple of days ago. So, when I was with Broadband TV, I was making about $30 to between $30 and $40 a month with the YouTube ads. And I have like 3 people on my Patreon, so I get about $9 or $10 a month from Patreon. So that's it. That's what I make from YouTube. But broadband, I was going to leave broadband when my contract was up in July anyway, but they dropped me. They just sent me an email saying we restructure and we're dropping you. So they just dropped me. I think that went into effect on the 1st. And so I had to move everything over to my own AdSense account, and I haven't seen any ad revenue come in from that yet. So I don't know. I don't even know if ads are... I mean, I have monetization on my videos, but I don't even know if there are ads running on them. Have you guys, in the past 2 days, have you seen ads on any of my videos? I'm not even sure that they're running ads on my videos. So right now I'm making 0. Well, no, I'm making like $10 from the Patreons. I'll react to anything that grabs my attention. The Bengali trailer I just did was a request, and it came out this week, and I only had 2 trailers to do this week, and so I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. It doesn't matter to me what a budget is, because I also support short films, and low budget films are just like short films. You know, depends on what they can do with the budget they got. After demonetization, I lost my $2 earnings on YouTube. Yeah, I have a lot of friends that ended up getting, like getting demonetized. Did you see my video on demonetization? Kaala is trending #1 in India. Not surprised. Not surprised at all. Yeah, let's move on to the Ranam. Detroit Crossing Sneak Peek 2. Now, we did the first one. Oh, man, I don't have subtitles. Oh, well. We did the first sneak peek last week, and we didn't get much information, but I was able to glean a couple of things off of there. So we'll see what this one gives us. Maybe it'll add a little bit more to the story. From what I could tell on that first one, all it was is he crossed the street and he kicked in the door, but he was waiting for that guy to leave first. So my theory was, I think that guy was selling or giving an object or a person or something to someone in the house that that guy wanted. And so he was waiting for him to leave so that he could go and get it back. And that's why he kicked in the door, because he's now going to go take his property or save somebody or something like that. So let's check out sneak peek number 2. And then we'll see what they got. Headphones. Yeah. I'll watch it again with headphones later. Oh, cool. Subtitles.
You like what you do?
Oh, did you see the blood splatter?
Sometimes you don't have a choice.
So is he a recovery expert? So he's saying that's his job. So is it his job to recover items for people, or does he work for a mob and he's a strong arm? So he's getting money out of people that owe money to his crew, his boss, or is he like maybe an assassin, or it could just be a you know, beat somebody up for hire kind of person. I don't know, but apparently it's his job. So we got something new out of this. I also liked how this was shot. You have a nice soft light. You have an outdoor night shot, which can be difficult, but since they're filming in a city, you have a lot of ambient light coming from buildings and street lamps and stuff like that, so it makes filming at night a lot easier. But having them be at a diner outside, giving that light coming in from the side like that really helps out a lot. A lot of good diffused light. And I thought it was interesting that they didn't have any music during the scene. It was very much of the director wanted it to feel like a personal discussion, as if the audience is a part of a very personal discussion. If you add music to that, it kind of takes away from that personal one-on-one. So I would be interested to see how they're going to use music and background music in this movie. Like the music at the end of the trailer is very 80s, 1980s kind of electronica, pop electronic, and no music during that scene. So I would be interested to see how the director plans on using music or not music, because a lot of times when a director decides to not use music can be just as interesting as when they choose to use music, which I had actually touched on in my movie review for Annihilation on my second channel on Koricon Nerd. Because he was, you know, Alex Garland was had a great job of knowing when to use music and when not to use music. So I would be curious about that in this movie. I think this looks interesting. But what do you guys think? Comment right here and let me know. Sergeant Rocco, how's it going, buddy? Welcome. Now I've got 3 moderators. This is awesome. I made Sergeant Rocco a moderator, what was it, in my first stream, like 3 or 4 weeks ago of these streams. And I guess if you stay a moderator unless I turn it off. So now every time Sergeant Rocco pops up on a stream, he's an automated moderator, which is cool. Yep, you're OG. So how many people are here to watch me do the Kaala trailer? I know it's the one everybody wants to see. Are you sure you want me to see Kaala? I don't know. I don't know if you guys actually want me to watch it or not. It's not like I've been getting requests on every video I upload and every social media, every message place possible. I've been getting a lot. Yay, I've got English subtitles. Wunderbar Studios. I'm just here to listen to your awesome analysis and opinions. Good answer, Jack. I like the way you think, my friend. You haven't seen Kaala yet, Sergeant Rocco? Well, yeah, go get some coffee for about 5 or 10 minutes and let me do this. And then come back. I can be the Rajinikanth of Hollywood? No. That would be cool, though. Well, I'm going to do Kaala. I'm not going to be doing Party. I had nobody ask for Party. I'm not going to do individual reactions anymore. I'm trying to do them all in these live streams so that I can free up enough time to do more reviews. Because my time is limited. Wunderbar Studios. Is it Wunderbar, like the way Germans would pronounce it, or is it Wunderbar? It's owned by the son-in-law of Rajinikanth. Well, that's cool. You know, a lot of bigger actors like to have a lot of their production companies in-house so that they can control what projects they work on. All right, let us do Kaala. Three teasers of Party. Oh, I think I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. But I'm not going to be doing it in this live stream. I'll check them out though, but not on this live stream. Or did I watch those? I'm not sure. I'll have to refresh my memory on it. Let's see. Kaala. Rajinikanth. This is the Tamil one. So there's a Tamil, a Telugu, and a Hindi version of the teaser. I've got links to all three of them in the description of this video. So if you want to watch one of the other ones, you can. But let's check out Kaala. Kaala. Nice.
This country clean and pure. கருப்பு உழைப்போட வண்ணம் என் சால்ல வந்து பாரு அழுக்கு அத்தனையும் வண்ணமா தெரியும் யாரே செட்டிங்கா வேங்கிய மாமா ஒத்தையில நிக்க இல்லிருந்த மொத்தமா வாங்கல உன்னையும் மண்ணையும் வென்று மாற்றி நாக ஓர் தேவையை கொண்டு வானு ஆயிரம் ஆண்டுகள் போதுமே ஒன் ராகவே மாறுவாய் சீருவாய் இந்த கரிகாலரோட முழு ரவுடித்தனத்தை நீங்க பார்த்ததில்ல பாப்பி.
He's got swagger. Like, look at it, the way he stands. It's a lot of self-confidence. Now, I like, let's see. I like the use of white and black. You know, it gives a color contrast between characters. So whenever you see white, you think of this guy, and whenever you see black, you think of Rajinikanth. You know, there's a lot of movies that use color palettes for characters, and I enjoy that. Depending on the story, it really adds a lot to character development. I like rain. I like this. Now, is this a... So this is holly, but why is it all just black? How come they're not doing multiple colors? Is there a reason? Is there a reasoning for the color of just black instead of having... Because red and orange and yellow, those seem to be the colors that I'm mostly used to whenever I see things of holly. Does black mean something specific, or does it matter at all? But I like that scene. I like the way it looks. Kaala means black. Very clean focus. I think Rajinikanth looks better with a beard. I always liked the beard. I like bearded Rajinikanth better than I like clean-shaven Rajinikanth, personally. I like the gray beard. I think it looks awesome. So is he protecting the town? I mean, it feels like maybe I missed something, but it feels like a very similar to a lot of other movies that he's done before, like Basha, and I mean, with obvious story differences, but the main theme of protecting a community or protecting a town, is it going to be a story just like that? Something to do with the goddess of death. It's not Holly. Oh, okay. So the thing with all the black dust, that's a different... That's pretty cool. That adds a dimension to his whole introduction in that scene. You know, if this is part of the goddess of death and he's walking through it, you know, that's interesting, right? That's crazy. Look at the confidence. He's overabundant of confidence. Now in this next sequence here of him doing the action scene, it looks pretty good in there, the way it was shot, but it is very much of a, you know, slow-mo with a stuntman kind of thing. That one looked okay. The one earlier, where is it? This one. This one here, you could really see his age when he was swinging. It didn't feel like he had as much force. So they had to kind of cut away from it pretty quick. But I mean, he is getting older. You have to kind of edit around some of that stuff. So it's totally understandable. And his amount of confidence that he brings to his characters is going to make up for that. Especially for the fans of Rajinikanth, they're not going to really kind of care about those smaller things. But you can really see his age coming. You know, it takes a lot more energy for him to do these moves than it would have when he was younger, of course. But the stuntmen are doing a good job. See, and it's stuff like this that you're really, you know, when you see Rajinikanth at his best, when he's being showing a lot of swagger and helping the masses. So yeah, I think it looks like a Rajinikanth film. I don't think it's going to give us anything new that we haven't seen from him before in Basha or Kabali or a lot of other movies like that. I think we're going to get, or even Savaji the Boss, you know, I think it's going to have very similar themes in there, not story-wise, but I mean the themes of protecting the town, being the hero of the masses, that kind of thing. I like the background song. I like the Kabali background song a lot more, but I do like this one. I think it's got a nice, it's more of a calm rock, you know, not a over-the-top action kind of rock music. But I like the guitar, I like the guy's voice. So, yeah, I mean, for Rajinikanth fans, this is awesome. If you're not a Rajinikanth fan, you're not going to like this. But for the most part, I think it's made for Rajinikanth fans, that you're not going to get anything new or original out of this movie. It's going to be, you know, have a lot of themes and stuff from a lot of his other movies. So it's going to be more of a way of just enjoying another Rajinikanth film, is what I think. So if you like his movies, you're going to love it. If you don't like his movies, you're not going to like it. Oh, Alex, you missed it. Well, after this live stream, I'll be breaking them up and uploading them individually so you can go back and watch it, or you can just, the live stream will be on the channel. You can watch it again later, but I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a gangster movie, but inspired by a true story. That's cool. But it's, you know, even if it's based on a true story, the story that they may have chosen would still be very similar to a lot of Rajinikanth films that he's done in the past when it comes to thematic overtones. You know, saving a town or being the hero of the people kind of thing. If they chose a real story to base it on, it would be a story that would fall in line with that to match the kind of Rajinikanth film style that they're going for. So, like I said, I don't think you're going to get anything new. You're going to get a Rajinikanth movie that falls in line with a lot of the other films that he's done. So it is made for Rajinikanth fans. But I do like some of those things, like what you were saying, the goddess of death, of him coming through with everybody covered in black dust. I like the way that looked. That was shot really well. I think he's going to struggle with some of the action sequences just because of his age, and they're going to have to edit around some of that, but it'll still look good because it looks like the stuntmen are doing their job well. So, yeah. I am among few who do review of teasers professionally. No, I don't do this professionally. I don't make much money off of this. I do it because I enjoy it. It would be awesome if I made a living doing this, but no, I don't make much money on this. The movie based on a leftist ideology, organized revolt. Possible. I mean, a lot of movies like this where you're the hero of the people. It's usually to fight corruption of a gang, you know, a powerful gangster that has political ties, or a corrupt government, you know, black money, that kind of thing. Was it good? Do you really want me to tell you, Sergeant Rocco? Or did you want to review it yourself? I think it looks like a Rajinikanth film. I don't think it's going to bring anything new to a Rajinikanth film, but it is going to be, you know, probably up to standard with a lot of Rajinikanth films like Shivaji the Boss or Kabali. I don't think it's going to be as good as Basha, just because I think that's like a classic. You can't, it's hard to beat Basha. Yeah, the reaction will be uploaded. I'm going to split the reactions and upload them separately after the live stream. Oh, you don't mean making money, you mean try to give us 360-degree opinion of the teasers. Yeah, a good reviewer that reviewers that I enjoy, a good reviewer will take into consideration things like the fan of something, or, you know, tastes and styles that certain people have. Not everybody is going to agree on a movie, obviously. So I can see something and I can tell you my opinion of it, would I like it or not. But really, people want to know would they like it or not. And they kind of want help deciding on that sometimes. And so if I tell them, if you are a fan of these things, then you would probably like it. Or if you do not like these things, you're probably not going to like it. Me personally, I think I would enjoy the movie. I don't think it's going to be as good as Basha. I think it'll probably be a little under Kabali. Not as good as Shivaji. So I think it'll probably be around Kabali in you know, if you ranked the movies. So Rajinikanth fans will enjoy it a lot. people that are not Rajinikanth fans are not going to like it. Sounds interesting. Read an article. Says it's about a boy put up for adoption who becomes a don on a town. Was based loosely on foster son of crime boss. That still sounds like a very Rajinikanth film. Like it's not bringing any. I don't think it's bringing anything new to that genre. But that's interesting that he was, grew up in it. Remember a long time ago, one of your first reaction videos, you said Iga was one of, if not the first Indian movie you saw. Is that true? Yes, Iga. Well, Iga was the first Indian movie I saw all the way through. So my dad, for a long time, he loves horse and war battle tracking shots, where the camera is moving alongside as you have a bunch of horses or people running or vehicles or whatever are going into battle when everybody is coming together. But you have the tracking shot of the camera moving alongside at the same speed. He's a huge fan of that look, especially with horses and horse battles. And so he had researched a lot of movies around the world, but some of the movies that he really enjoyed with really good battle sequences were Indian movies. And so I had seen a lot of those sections, but I hadn't seen the whole movie. And I think Iga was the first Indian movie that I actually sat down with him and watched the entirety. You wish it would beat Kabali's record? I think it would probably be even with Kabali, but I don't think it's going to break the record. I think it would probably come in a little bit under Kabali. Haji already made a movie starting Kamal. For this storyline? I think it's best to keep expectations low because the Kabali teaser got everyone so hyped up and many left disappointed. You never... Now, I don't do this. Don't never go into a movie with high expectations. Never. Because you're going to be disappointed. I always go into a movie with an open mind. I do sometimes have a level of expectations, especially if it's a sequel to something, or, you know, like if it's a Marvel movie or a Star Wars movie or something like that. I have a certain level of expectations, but I don't keep them super high. Even when I say I have high expectations, my idea of high expectations is probably a lot lower than your idea of higher expectations. So I try and go in with an open mind, and I always look for positive things that I can cling on to as an anchor for the entirety of the movie. They detracted from saying it was based on him when they received threats from the real family. Whoa! So they're doing the story without permission. Huh. I mean, it's not illegal to do that, but that's odd. A lot of times you want to get permission from the family. That's crazy that they received threats from them. You know, I've heard of people being disappointed, or they're like mad, but threats? Only thing new could be ideology. It's from his movie Madras. Ideology, maybe, but the structure and thematic elements are very similar to a lot of other Rajinikanth films. I liked Iga. It was very different. I liked the fact that it was a very different movie. of a guy being a fly to get revenge. I had not seen anything like that before. It was interesting, that's for sure. What are my thoughts on Kabali? I enjoyed it. I liked Basha a lot more. But I reviewed Kabali. I have a review up when it came out, if you want to check that out. Technically wise, for Kabali, I thought the cinematography was good. It had a clean focus. I mean, the way it was shot was good. It was clean. Some of the camera angles were interesting. The song and dance stuff was pretty good. I mean, overall, it was made well technically, and the music was really good. It was just the story and the thematics of the movie. The story of itself was not. It just wasn't as good as some of the other Rajinikanth films. But I liked it. Rajini's movies have deep political statements which are hard to understand by outsiders, even by most Indians. I don't think they're hard to understand. A lot of times he's dealing with a corrupt politician, black money, a gang, someone that is holding the town at ransom for the most part, or they have control. Those are ideas that have been around in every part of the world. I mean, we've had that a lot in the United States in our past. So I don't think it's hard to understand. Every movie that I've seen that has those elements, I totally understood it. I'm just saying that it's very similar to a lot of his other movies. Did I like the beer bottle fight scene? That was... I don't remember much of it. So I probably liked it at the time, but it wasn't memorable enough for me to remember it. Hi, Koricon. You seem very energetic at midnight. Well, technically it is 1:35 in the morning now. And I'm naturally a night person. That's why you guys end up seeing me on social media and stuff, uploading my videos and doing editing late at night. I'm naturally just more awake at night than I am during the day. So I am surprised that I have more energy than normal. I thought I would be a lot more tired because I woke up at... Actually, I've been awake for almost 24 hours now. But I had a 2-hour nap this afternoon. Because I was working on some videos last night. I was editing some stuff. And then I uploaded those on the other channel. Then I had to run all of my errands and do my meetings and things like that for my other job. And then I came home and I edited another video, and then I went to my second job, and then I came home and did this. So it's been a really busy day. I'm surprised I'm not half asleep right now. Maybe right after I finish the live stream and I'm not talking with you guys anymore, I'll pass out. Is Bagamathi trailer also one I can't react to? I'm not sure. I've heard of that one. I'm not sure if I looked it up or if I mean, you gotta forgive me. I get a lot of requests, and sometimes it's hard to keep them all straight. Oh, UV Creations? Yeah, I think that might be. All right, Alwyn. Thanks for sticking around. I'm going to just leave you as a moderator, so if you ever pop up on a future live stream, you'll stay, you'll be a moderator. Yeah, I did do... Let's see here. I did do Sahu. It's possible that they just did not block that one. Let's see here. I don't think I did a reaction. The name of my Saho review is called the Teaser Breakdown Review. So I don't think I actually reacted to that one. I just did a review of it. And that would have been after I got my strike. So yeah, I didn't do a reaction for Saho. I only did a trailer. But that was also before I decided to stop supporting Whacked Out Media. So I'm not going to, if they're going to treat us like that, I'm not going to promote any of their marketing material. So these are the ones that I need to stay away from because they're under Whacked Out. And that's only some of them. They stopped allowing us to see who is in an MCN, which I think is wrong. MK Filmer. Yeah, I did the reactions already. But we've been doing this live stream for almost an hour and 40 minutes. Yeah, I'll check it out. I brought it up, so I'll check it out. I may have already seen it. A lot of times when I look up something and I see that it's something I can't react to, I usually just watch it on my own anyway. But I'm just not going to promote. I'm not going to promote their movies. You were in the movie Pari. Subramaniya Puram. I have not heard of that. I haven't heard of that movie. Oh. What is this party? We're getting down and funky. Ten different roles. That's a lot of roles. You know, I think it's cool when an actor does multiple roles. But after a while, it's like, do you really need to do that many roles? Hari, hello. You know, a lot of times actors do multiple roles for a lower budget movie when they have a lower budget is to save money. So they don't have to hire other actors. But it is cool when an actor has you know, a big enough range to be able to do multiple characters. Ah, it inspired Gangs of Wasseypur. Got it. Did I react to Pari? That sounds familiar. Yes, I did. That was a couple of weeks ago. All right, cool. Yes, I did. Means 10 incarnations. Okay, well, the title says it all right there. You would do 10 roles because it's 10 incarnations. Ah, philosophical implications. Okay. Kind of like in a way of multiple personalities. I'm not saying like it's multiple personalities, but those kind of philosophical ideals. Your mom's favorite movie of Kamal is Sadma. Oh, it starred Shri Devi. Yeah, that was I heard about that she had died and young. She was only 54. You know, that's young, especially and sudden. So I understand a lot of the shock that was going around. What do I think about Rajinikanth's acting? He has a lot of confidence, and I love his confidence. I love his swagger. There's moments where he overacts, but it's part of the genre, and he's been doing it for a long time, so he plays characters very similar. I kind of compare him to like an Al Pacino. Like Al Pacino is famous and popular and a good actor, but he does play pretty much Al Pacino in most movies he does. He plays a very similar type of character. Rajinikanth is a lot like that. He'll have movies now and then where he goes a little bit outside of his box, you know, like Al Pacino has, but for the most part, a lot of his movies are wrapped around his style of personality and his style of acting. The same thing with Rajinikanth. Oh, but what I said may or may not have connections to Awe. Oh, I'm sure it does. I think I remember seeing the trailer for Awe. I just didn't react to it or review it. But yeah, I think that was one of the things I was thinking about. Amal, film review request of Villain. Well, I have a polling system set up for older movies, and part of the reason why I wanted to do these live streams for trailer reactions once a week is because of I want to review more movies. I mean, the amount of requests I have for movie reviews, especially older movies, is insane. It's gigantic. Like, there's no way I could do them. And it makes me feel overwhelmed. So I'm trying to like find a way of putting them in a list that I can attack it realistically. Yeah, all of Mumbai was shocked. Today I reacted to 3. We did a Bengali trailer called Hariye Jawa, and I did a Malayalam of Ranam sneak peek number 2 for Detroit Crossing, and I did Kaala, Rajinikanth. Like Al Pacino and Hangman? Well, when I talk about Al Pacino being himself, it would be like Heat. He's that character in a lot of stuff. Heat, Insomnia. The times that he's been kind of different, you would say like Scarface, Dick Tracy, The Devil's Advocate. Those are kind of the rare times that he's not been him. He's played a character. In most of his movies, he kind of plays his own character. It's a very similar style. No, I have not reviewed Manji the Mountain Man, but I've had many people tell me about it. I just woke up. What did I miss? You missed the trailers. Now I'm just kind of answering questions. We've been on the stream now for an hour and 45 minutes. Ramen Raghav 2.0 is something I personally really want to see, as I like Nawazudin. Tell you about me. Am I married, single, or committed? I am single. Not married, not committed. But we're in the part of the video that I'm really just hanging out with you guys, so feel free to ask me anything you want. I'm just here to hang out. I don't want to react to anything else because I am a little bit tired, so my brain is moving a little slow. And I just want to kind of hang out and chat and stuff instead of working on a trailer. So ask me whatever is on your mind. You can ask me anything. I'm a very open person. But I'm going to step over there real quick and get some coffee. And yes, I do have a coffee maker in my room. Because I like my coffee. What is humanity? Humanity is a term that I use as a way of describing all people without any bias. So there is no color, there is no creed, there is no sex, there is no age, there is no size. Humanity is just the collective of of humans. Something I may not have touched on before. What makes a good trailer? Oh. Okay. That's actually a good question. What makes a good trailer? So what a trailer needs to do is get somebody to want to go and see the movie. That is its goal. Its entire purpose is to get people in the movie theater to watch the movie. Now, a teaser, the job of a teaser is to make you curious enough to want to see a trailer, but not particularly to get you in the theater. So a trailer's job is to get you in the theater. However, a trailer's job is also to not give away the important parts of the story. So what you want to do is a trailer needs to give an accurate representation of the tone and look of the film without giving away any major plot points. To do that for For a drama, you need to have maybe a dialogue scene. You want to really you want the tone of the film to match. A lot of times when trailers are really bad, the trailer itself may seem cool, but then you see the movie and it's not what the trailer promised. The trailer needs to be the salesman. Needs to be the salesman that gets you into the theater. So that's what makes a good trailer. And music. Good music. A lot of times you'll see trailers where they use a popular song or a contemporary song that is really popular to try and get people's excitement going. It's kind of a cheap tactic, but it works. No, I'm not going to be doing any other trailers, but I will check out Manji. I will check it out at some point. Beyond the Clouds. I think I heard of that one. Put listed Kamal Hassan movies. People will flow you with movies. Yeah. I've had people send me a lot of movies. Coffee at 1 a.m.? Actually, coffee doesn't affect me that much. I just really like it. Like, I could drink coffee and go right to bed. Am I going to watch more Indian TV series on Amazon Prime? I can't. The other Amazon Prime series, what was it called? It was the one that came out before Breathe. I can't remember what exactly it was called, but I can't see it. It says it's not available in my location. I tried to watch it, actually. What do I think about the slum side of India? Can you be more specific? Two days back, a movie dropped called Loving Pablo. I have not heard of that one. What do I think about Pakistan beggars? I think there's beggars in every country. I don't know what Pakistan has to do with it. We have beggars in the United States. Is there a specific reason you predetermine your trailers before the live streams and not take requests during the stream? Just wondering. Well, the live streams, what I'm trying to do with them is react to the trailers that came out this week. And so I'm collecting the trailers and requests and things that come in for the new trailers this week so that I can react on them. And that's why it's predetermined, because those trailers came out this week. And it's what people have been requesting for. I have done live requests before on live streams, where I'm like, send me something. And if I get to a point where I don't have a trailer, like if there's a week I still want to do the live stream, but we don't have many trailers to do, then I would probably say, go ahead and send me. I've done that before. It's just I want to focus on the trailers that came out this week. And then if I don't have enough of those, then I'll take a request just to have one to do. I'm not going to get into the whole Pakistani argument. I want to talk about movies, not politics. Well, I don't mind talking about U.S. politics, but I'm not going to get into the politics of other countries because my point of view doesn't matter. Why do you think Hollywood movies always show slums in India? I don't think Hollywood movies always show slums in India. Look at what was the something like Love, Eat, Love, Pray. Eat, Love, Pray. Eat, Love, Pray was a great movie with from 2010, had Julia Roberts in it. She had a part of it where she was in India, and it was beautiful. So I don't think Hollywood always shows the slums of India. I think people may focus on that, though. You watched Wonder Woman. In that movie, the 3 arrows scene is copied from Bahubali. Do you agree? No, because the 3 arrows scene is popular. It's been around for like 100 years. You had Robin Hood movies back in the 1930s and 40s would have multiple arrows. So the whole multiple arrow thing, the 3 arrows, is not just from Bahubali. Like, it's been around for a long time. So I don't think Wonder Woman saw Bahubali and was like, let's do the 3 arrows because of it. I think it's just a standard thing that archers have done for decades in movies. Slumdog Millionaire is about... So Slumdog Millionaire is not just to try and show that India has slums. The idea of it is, you know, the whole point of the movie is somebody that comes from nothing and gets to a high, that gains a lot. It's supposed to show that anybody can make it no matter where they come from. You know, it's an inspiration movie. It wasn't made to try and show that India is full of slums. The idea is if you come from an area that's really poor, you can still make it. There's a lot of movies in the United States like that. It's a very popular storyline in the United States. We have a lot of movies that are based on people that come from nothing and then make it big. So Slumdog Millionaire really has nothing to do with the slum. It's about the story of starting poor and making something of yourself from nothing. All arrow scenes were copied from Men in Tights. And Men in Tights, he had, what was it, 6 arrows that he rolled down? But Men in Tights was a parody of the Robin Hood movie with Kevin Costner. The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. I've heard of that one. I think I remember the trailer when it came out. But like I said, Eat, Pray, Love showed India very beautiful. Extraordinary Journey of Fakir. I've heard of that. I'm trying to place where I've heard of that. Did I watch Lion? No, I missed it, and then my dad rented it, and I was going to watch it with him, and then I didn't get to see it with him, and he ended up returning it. So I need to get a hold of that someday so I can watch it. If I go through YouTube travel videos showing Delhi, You'll be overwhelmed showing old Delhi rather than the cleaner, nicer, modern areas of New Delhi. I guess it would depend on who is doing the travel video and what is the purpose of it. Like, do they have a political slant with their travel video? Are they, like, what is the purpose of the travel video? Slumdog Millionaire scene, a foreigner says, "You have shown me India," where the kid gets beaten up, and then says, "I will show you America," and then carries the kid. I don't remember that scene, but the last time I saw that movie was when it came out. I haven't seen it again since then. Since you are single, I'm interested to ask you this question. Are you single because you are happy with yourself or busy with things in life, don't want extra commitments, or are you self-centric? I think a mix of all of that. The reason I'm single is that, you know, I've been in some I've had a long-term relationship, dated a lot. But I'm just not really that interested. I haven't met anybody that made me want to be in a relationship with them, if that makes any sense. Whenever people end up becoming too dramatic, then I lose interest, because I see that as when I see somebody like a hater, let's take that for example. Haters and trolls and people that become quickly overly dramatic to gain attention, I see those people as inferior because they're unable to discuss an issue. And so if I'm dating somebody and she becomes irrationally emotional and won't discuss an issue with me and just becomes overly dramatic, then I lose interest. And I'm like, you know, there's no point. So I don't find it attractive. I am very self-confident in a way. So you can say I'm self-centric, because I am bipolar. And so I do live inside my head a lot, which also would make it difficult for a partner to live with me. She would have to understand the fact that my bipolar makes it to where I live in my own head for half the time, that I may not even notice things that I'm supposed to notice. I would need somebody that would be very straightforward with me and understand that I'm not going to be the guy that gives her, or, you know, is like throwing myself at her kind of thing, and I'm not going to be showering her with a constant attention. So I think I'm just bad at dating because of my bipolar and the fact that I won't deal with drama. You know, if I'm dating somebody and she starts getting overly dramatic, then I just kind of walk away. I don't deal with it. And then she ends up breaking up with me. Do you think you can increase your views and subscribers if you use a style like Beyond the Trailer, wherein short reaction and then an in-depth trailer breakdown? Maybe, but I don't want to copy her style. You know, she has a good style that she's got going on with her videos. I do a trailer breakdown, but not as in depth as she does. And I really don't have the time to do that kind of research that would go into doing a breakdown of a trailer like that. Because I'm more interested in reviewing full movies. Like, I want to watch movies and review the movies. Breaking down trailers is something I might do if I was doing this full time and I had all the time in the world. But right now my time is limited, and so I've got to focus on the things that I'm more interested in. So I'm sure I would get more subscribers if I did it that way, but I'm not going to copy her style, and I don't have the time to do trailer breakdowns like that in depth. You like my videos, you want to see me grow a lot more. I appreciate that. I do. There's a saying, I don't know if it's an actual saying, but it's the audience will find you. If you just be yourself and do what you enjoy, the audience will find you. It's when you fake it or try and pretend, you can't make it, it's not sustainable anymore. And then you may gain a lot of audience at first, but you won't be able to maintain them. You'll lose it. So I'll just be myself, and the people that are interested will find me. The Man Who Knew Infinity, I liked that movie a lot. Life of Pi was good too. What do I do for sexual needs? Well, I don't get prostitutes or any of that stuff, if that's what you're referencing. I don't do anything like that. Watch old Bak Chan movies. Yeah, a lot of those are on that big list of movie reviews that people have been sending. Why don't I like reacting to songs? It's not that I don't like reacting to songs. It's the risk of copyright issues is way too high. So the risk is not worth it. I've seen entire channels get shut down because all of the blocks and strikes come in from the song reviews that they did. Yeah, it may not block or strike it right away, but eventually it catches up with you. Also, I don't feel that I know enough about music to really have anything worth, my opinion on. I'm not a big fan of popular music, so I don't think my opinion of songs would really have that much weight. I don't think people would really be that interested in my views on music. Saw my snacks video. Yeah, there's a restaurant here called Taste of India. And I really want to talk to the owner and see if he'll let me film there and go over some of the food that they serve. I think that would be fun. But I haven't talked to him yet. But I had been thinking about doing that for a while. You like my head shake dance? The one at the end of my videos where I'm like this? Do I watch any sports? I do when I can. It's just I end up working when the sports are on. I like football, or I guess you would call it American football. I actually like that sport. I also like football, or what we call soccer, but not as much. And then other sports, I like going to games, like in person. I like going to live games, but I don't really watch much on TV. See ya, Stern. Yeah, I'll check out those party teasers. I'll even write that down. Party teasers. I have a feeling I've seen them though. Hey, Jones and 131, can you guys just stop with the drama? I'm not interested in it any at all. I'm not even reading half the stuff you guys are posting because I'm not interested. So just kind of drop that whole drama. Pursue excellence and success will follow, pants down. Rancho from 3 Idiots. Chris, that is very appropriate. That is accurate. Good one. So you believe that the world only exists in our mind through our senses, since you said you live in your own world. If your partner doesn't have commonalities, then it may lead to a breakup. I wouldn't say that the world only exists in our mind through our senses. I'm not spiritual. I'm an atheist. When I say I live in my own head, it's more of, with the bipolar, my brain is thinking of a lot of things all at once. Especially when I'm in my manic stage. Even on medicine, it does that. So my brain is like, I'm dealing with dozens of thoughts all at the same time. Now it does help me in reviewing a teaser or a trailer or a movie because I'm able to focus on multiple things at the same time. I can multitask. Like I can pay attention to cinematography, lighting, acting, camera movements, smaller details. I pick up a lot of things all at one time, and that's why I can watch movies with subtitles with no problem. But it also means that I'm not paying attention to what other people are doing, and especially for women that need extra attention, like they want attention, I'm not going to be able to provide that just because I'm not thinking about it. I've got 12 other things going on in my head that I have to deal with. So it's not something that immediately pops in my head. From time to time, I do think about it, but I don't, I'm not like constantly thinking about what I need to do to please her. I would hope that she would just be her own person, and I'm kind of sharing a life with her, but I'm not going to be pining over her. I'm not going to be in one of those romance movies. I'm not that guy. See ya, Jack. Thanks for sticking around. Leonardo as the Joker in Batman. You're talking about the one that's going to be produced by Martin Scorsese. I don't know if Leonardo is actually going to play the Joker. I think that's a rumor. I know he may be kind of talking about it. Maybe. But there's nothing cemented. Do I think he could play a Joker? Yeah. But I don't think it would be as good as Heath Ledger. So, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to see what he comes up with. But when I think Joker, I don't immediately think Leonardo DiCaprio. You can make videos on your city or country tourist places in which best over there so we can get knowledge about your area. As you mentioned, I don't have enough money to come to India. I can make videos about my city. Yeah, touristy places. A lot of people come here for the mountains. I guess I could do little movies about like stuff around here if I ever had the time to go and do that. I think you're not interested to read my comments and they are past. Oh, sorry. I may have missed what you said. What was that, MK Filmer? Your favorite movie is Forrest Gump. What do you think about it? Why aren't they making movies like that anymore? Forrest Gump is a great movie. I like that movie. There was a moment in the 90s where we had a lot of movies coming out of the U.S. that were along that same kind of line of that style of drama, character dramas. Like you had Powder, you know, Forrest Gump, Phenomenon. Like there were a lot of movies during that time period that were made like that. I think Forrest Gump and movies like that are kind of contained in that decade. You'll get movies that are dramas kind of like that, but you're not going to get that exact theme. Who do I think should be the next James Bond? Idris Elba. But he will never do it, and they will never hire him because he's older. But I think Idris Elba would be a great James Bond. Yeah, I know about Arjun Reddy. I actually tried to go and watch it, but I just couldn't get to the theater that was showing it. I even planned on traveling farther than normal to try and see it, but I just couldn't get a day off that I could go. Because it wasn't showing near me. It was showing in like way, almost in Colorado Springs. It was too far away. Forrest Gump showed a lot of history. Yeah, it was a humorous thing of interjecting him to like famous moments in U.S. history. I thought that was interesting. I like the way they did that. Yeah, I answered the James Bond. It would be Idris Elba. Oh, I think. Never mind. Do I want to visit India? Yes, I do. Your favorite is Godfather and Edward Scissorhands. Those are good movies. Yeah, Idris Elba is black. So, I mean, that doesn't matter to me. I think he's got the sophisticated like look that you would need to have. Like if you put a tuxedo on Idris Elba and gave him a martini, you would believe that he's got that kind of confidence, and that he could also beat up the guy that's next to him. And that's kind of what I think of when I think of Bond. Someone that's able to pull off a tux and be sophisticated but dangerous at the same time. I think Idris Elba could pull that off really well. That actor's next movie trailer is dropped. Did I miss something? You mean Idris Elba new movie? Am I interested in the Venom movie? I'm cautiously interested. Venom was one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. I love Venom and I love Carnage, and they're going to be putting Carnage in the Venom movie. The last time they tried to do Venom was horrible. Spider-Man 3 was god-awful. And so I don't quite trust Sony with it. But I like Tom Hardy, and he tends to pick movies by script. So I'm hoping he was attracted to the project by the script. And if that's the case, then I have, I feel better about it. But I love Venom. I think Venom and Carnage, they're my favorite Spider-Man villains. And I have a lot of, I collected a lot of the big graphic novels of Venom, and I liked all of that stuff. So I'm cautiously excited. I like Tom Hardy. I love Venom. I'm just afraid that Sony's going to screw it up. What is my favorite movie and why? So, I have a favorite movie, but it's mostly because of nostalgia. It's not because of the quality of the movie. It's a great movie, but my favorite movie of all time is The Princess Bride. Why? because I love fantasy. I love medieval fantasy. I love the comedy. It's got some cool action in it. The characters are all very interesting and entertaining. And it's got Andre the Giant. I love Andre the Giant. I have not reviewed Gangs of Wasseypur, but it is one of those movies in the top like 15 or 20 that are requested the most. Do I think Johnny Depp is the best ever actor to set foot on this earth? No. I think he's a good actor, though. He's done a lot of great movies, but I don't think he's the greatest actor that has ever walked on earth. I think... I don't know how I would rank the best actor ever, though. Because every actor has had their bad movies. It means magic did you done to me. Ah. Ye mantram vesav. You mentioned I have bipolar. I would strongly recommend you watch Dhanush's 3 movie. Yeah. That's about bipolar character. Well, there's also multiple types of bipolar. So it would, a lot of times when they have a bipolar character in a movie, it's not actually a good representation of a bipolar person. Or they're focusing on one specific type of bipolar, which is usually bipolar type 1. And bipolar type 1 people are unpredictable. They tend to go through the cycle mood swings of severe depression and manic almost randomly. And it makes them very unpredictable, and they'll do things like spend mass amounts of money on a whim and then regret it immediately afterwards. That's the more severe version of bipolar. So I'm not that. Mine is bipolar type 2. It's like a predictive wave. It's about a 1-week structure. About 7 to 10 days that I'll go through a depression and normal, a manic, and a normal again. And then it can be affected by outside things, like if something really bad happens, my depression will last longer. If something really good happens, my manic might last longer. But for the most part, I tend to stay within a 7 to 10 day wave. But most movies represent bipolar people as bipolar 1, and that's why whenever someone hears bipolar, they automatically think you're insane. Like whenever I mention that I'm bipolar, a lot of people think I'm crazy and I'm going to kill somebody. That's just not true. It's got a stigma that it doesn't deserve. Best war film? Saving Private Ryan? I liked Saving Private Ryan. What made that movie really good, though, was Steven Spielberg's directing of the intro. That opening sequence of, storming the beach at Normandy was, like, incredible. The rest of the story was interesting, but it's really that opening part that was so engaging that's what everybody remembers. I think the best war movie. I'd have to think about that one. I'm not really sure. But I wouldn't say it was Saving Private Ryan. I think it's a good movie, but I wouldn't say it's the best war movie. Do you think for an actor to pull it off, an emotion of a character he has to experience it in some other way, like their life, to relate? Or do you think they can understand another person's emotion easily? I don't think an actor needs to become method or have to experience something to be able to understand it or relate to it. I think most people have something that has happened in their life that they can cling on to, even if it's not to the extreme. Like, it may just be smaller, but everyone has had their ups and downs and little things, and as long as they try to put themselves in the shoes of the other person and try and see things from their point of view through their eyes, that eventually, if they're an experienced actor, that they can take small bits and pieces of experiences that they've had to understand some of that emotion and then attach it to, you know, what they studied from this other person. So I don't think they have to experience it exactly. I think they could figure it out without having to go through, like if someone was playing me in a movie, I don't think they'd have to go through all of the crap I had to go through to be able to play me. I think they could do me just fine. Will yoga help bipolar? Well, yoga is it's an exercise, but it's a form of meditation. So I think meditation would help bipolars in certain points of their bipolar. And it also depends on the type of bipolar they have. I think yoga or meditation, any kind of meditation, would help calm a mind, especially during a manic stage. I'm kind of ignoring anything where I see South India or North India or anything political. I'm just ignoring. Have I seen Green Zone with Matt Damon? No. I remember when that one came out and I was going to see it and then missed it and then forgot about it. So no, I have not seen it. Space Agent. That sounds familiar, but it's not ringing an immediate bell. Black Panther. I reviewed Black Panther on my second channel, Koricon Nerd. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Michael B. Jordan was a great villain. I like how they humanized him. Made him very relatable. And that's a key to a really good villain, is giving them a backstory that is understandable. To where, you know, oh, you're Space Agent. Yes. Okay, for a minute there I thought you were talking about a movie. But the commenter. So you are Space Agent. Okay, I get you now. Yes, I do remember. Yeah, I do remember the Space Agent person. I thought you were talking about a movie, and I was trying to think of a movie called Space Agent. But if you want to, Manny, if you want to watch my review of Black Panther, it's on the second channel. It's on Koricon Nerd. It's been a long time. A year. Well, I haven't really done too many live streams in the past year. Yeah, there should be a movie called Space Agent. Actually, when I think of that, if there was a movie called Space Agent, I think it would probably be like a really low budget B movie. Like, I'm just getting that feel from the name Space Agent. It's like saying, I don't know. I'm tired. I'm not thinking very much. Green Zone is awesome. I haven't seen it, but I do remember when it came out. Anaf. Hello. How's it going? Apart from Game of Thrones, do I watch any other series? Which is your best series so far? Yeah, I do watch other TV shows, but it's like sporadic. You know, I don't always have time to keep up with the shows, so I end up binging them from time to time, try and catch up. I like the CW shows like The Flash and Arrow and Supergirl. But again, I don't watch them all the time. It's more of like when the season is over, I might find a day that I can binge them all. Or at the halfway point, I might binge them all. Sometimes if I have extra time, I might watch an episode or two. But I just, I did Breathe, the Amazon Prime show, which I've been reviewing. I really liked that one. I guess one of my guilty pleasures is NCIS and NCIS New Orleans. I just like those shows. It's one of those shows that I can play on my second monitor while I'm doing other things. So I just like those shows. I am tired. I'm getting tired. I think I may end the stream here in a bit. I've heard of Ramayana. I've heard of that one. I think some of my other YouTube friends have been talking about that one. I'm confused with this. A director did a movie in his point of view, but people can like it for various reasons, depends one's individual intelligence. Then how can we know what actual movie? Well, if a director does a movie, like a director's job, is to be a visual storyteller. So sometimes a movie is not good because that director did not do a good job of visually showing the story properly. It may be great in his head, but he didn't do a good job of telling it to everybody else. Sorry, Jones. For a comment like that, I'm blocking you. I do not tolerate that. Do I prefer spaghetti westerns or western movies without the glorification? It depends on my mood. Like, I love the Clint Eastwood movies. Fistful of Dollars, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Few Dollars More, Hang 'em High. I liked a lot of those movies. So I like spaghetti westerns. But I also like regular westerns, as long as the story is good. I loved Unforgiven. That wasn't a spaghetti western, but it's still Clint Eastwood. But there's a lot of really good westerns out there. I wish they would do more westerns. That's a genre that doesn't get told very often anymore. Like 3:10 to Yuma, that was good. Both the remake that came out, maybe 10 years ago, and the original one is really good. Ramayana is an ancient Indian tale historical event. Ah. That's why it may sound familiar to me then. Okay, I blocked Jones. Should not be able to comment. Now it's not showing on this thread, and I'm wondering why it showed up on this one. Oh, we'll see. Anyway, getting back to it. Okay, so maybe Jones did get blocked. Okay. I wasn't going to take that anymore, so. Is a common man is a very powerful in America. I mean, in implementation of policies is concerned, or legal processes are easily influenced by power and money. Yeah, everything is easily influenced by power and money, no matter what country you're in. Power and money always rules. Elora Cave. What is Elora Cave? Any progress on getting into the Schmodown? That would be awesome. I have friends in my Reactors League that are in the Schmodown. Late to the party. I love those guys. They're in my Reactors League. Robert and Vanessa. It was awesome when they got into the Schmodown. Got any experience in the theater while watching an Indian movie where people shout or dance? Not dance, but shout. Yeah, people. Some movies people would whistle or shout or cheer, all that kind of stuff. Just not as much as videos I've seen of Indian movies. Yeah, they have become regulars. And they're really nice. They're really nice people. We talk to them all the time on our Reactors League. They post a lot with us. And I've followed them, you know, since the beginning of it. You know, their whole experience of what was going on. It was a really cool thing that happened. Spaghetti Westerns, why is it called spaghetti? Because they were all made in Italy. They were made in Italy using a lot of Italian actors, and it was produced and directed by a lot of Italians that were fans of American Westerns. So they call them spaghetti Westerns because they were produced and made in Italy with a lot of Indian actors. Not Indian, sorry, with a lot of Italian actors as side characters. So you may have Clint Eastwood in the movie, but everybody around him are Italians. And you can like hear their accent sometimes. Some of characters are even like their accent is really thick Italian, even though they're supposed to be in the Old West in the United States. But I guess it doesn't really matter. Google Ellora Cave Temple Science. Alright. Oh, okay. I have heard of the Ellora Caves. Very pretty. Apart from YouTube, what's my profession? My main job is real estate, but that might be changing, or at least kind of changing inside the industry. Like I may move away from being an agent and move into like doing something more specialized inside real estate, like transaction coordinating or appraisal or something like that. I don't know. Then my other job is just at a retail store, just something to make some money to pay the bills because right now the real estate market is down. Hope to see you and other Indian movie reviewers like Jabby in the Schmodown. Jabby has a much greater chance of getting in the Schmodown because his brother is in the Schmodown. If you are interested in rap music and Indian is making good music, you can follow him. Broda V. I like rap music, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I can see, you know, I can appreciate a good rap song, but it's not, I don't go out of my way to listen to rap. So I can appreciate it, but it's not something I really look for. Which time period is the best in American history? I would think 60s and 70s. What's your view? Well, I guess from my point of view, it would be 80s and 90s because that's when I grew up. But I love the 80s. You know, the music, the movies, a lot of stuff changed in the 80s. But a lot of stuff changed in the 60s and 70s as well. So yeah, exactly. And he stays in Los Angeles. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Collider. Well, I think Collider just moved. Like this week, they moved into a new space. and I don't know where it is, but it's got to be somewhere around LA because that's where all of them live. So it's around there somewhere. No, I'm not in. I'm in Colorado. Alright. Athma Rama. Alright. Yeah, they're still in LA. I'm just not really sure how far out they are or where they moved to. But they're around there because they all live there. One thing that I get amazed from India or Indian. Well, I've talked about this for the past 2 years, but I think some of the best cinematographers come out of India. Like, even lower budget movies have some really great cinematography. You thought America is gonna like what it was in Back to the Future movie? Not quite sure where you're going with that one. Unless you're talking to someone else. How's it going, Gagan? When did you pop in the live stream? Had to have been a little while ago, I think. I'm tired. I think I'm going to end the stream. Any last questions before I go? Are you interested in aliens, that stuff? Do you believe in their existence? What do you think of reasons behind why people are interested in such superior imaginary power like aliens, for example? I believe there's life on other planets. I do not believe that they are aliens on spaceships here on Earth. So I don't believe in little gray aliens from flying saucers. But I believe that there are aliens in the term of, life on other planets. Why are people interested in some superior? Well, what it is when people can't explain something, their brain will come up with an explanation. A lot of the times that becomes fantastical because your brain will create, whatever it can to try and explain something that it doesn't understand. And people are attracted to, for people that are attracted to that kind of stuff, they like to be, I don't want to say submissive, but they like the idea of another place outside of where they are. Like, a lot of times they're just not happy with their own predicament or how their life is going, and so they reach out. Satyajit Ray. What was my lunch? Interesting. My lunch was rice. I think I had a bag of chips. That was my lunch. Porn? Back to porn? Not really sure what you're referencing. I did the Kaala teaser. I did it on this live stream. But I'll break it down. I'll break it off and upload it as a separate video at some point. See ya, Sannia. My daily routine foods. It changes. I don't really have routine foods. Rice is like a staple of what I eat, though, because I like rice. So, rice, meat, mostly ground meats, just because I had a gastric bypass, so I have a rubber band on my throat. And so I can't swallow things unless I chew them up really fine. And so I have to eat more like ground meats, just because it's harder to chew meat to get it to go down there. But I love meat. Have a good nap. I do need a nap. Filmmaker, you're welcome. What are you thanking me for? Indian food taste test part 2. I wanted to do a video. We have a restaurant here called Taste of India. It's a kind of popular restaurant in town. It's been around for a long time. And I thought it would be cool if I could talk with the owner and get permission to do like a taste testing video there. So, but I haven't gone and talked to him yet. But I thought that would be a cool video to do. Maybe he could help me out in, you know, doing foods and stuff. Yeah, I am sleepy. But I'll still probably be up for a little bit longer. Hot water bath before sleeping makes you sleep well. Try it. Actually, I could totally see that helping you sleep, because the warm bath would relax all of your muscles and, you know, just like drinking a hot tea and stuff like that. Do I prefer KFC or McDonald's? Can I say neither? I don't really eat at either one. I guess I would say McDonald's because the breakfast menu. I like a sausage biscuit. And I like the hash brown. Other than that, I don't eat at either one of them. At least not very often. I can't remember the last time I was at a KFC. I think the last time I was at a McDonald's was actually, I think it was about a month ago, and it was to get breakfast. I got a sausage biscuit and a hash brown. Someday we meet your place. What, like where I live? Oh, that would be great. You mean the food one? Yeah. Good night, Devon. Hey, Jen. How's it going? Been a while. Chime in on a debate you're having. Do you think battle royale games like PUBG should be allowed in esports? Well, they already do. I would say no. Just because battle royale games like PUBG and stuff like that, all you have to do is go and hide in a corner until most of the people are dead, have already killed each other, and then you're all of a sudden in the top 5. You didn't actually do anything to get those, to get that ranking. So I would say no. Battle Royale games like PUBG should not be allowed in esports. because it's too easy to cheat in a way. All you have to do is just avoid everybody until they're done killing each other. You are welcome, Jen. What was I saying before? Oh, what are some of the YouTube channels which you daily watch and anticipate? Let's go, let's see. There's a couple of shows on the blind wave that I like to watch. You know, like their reaction reviews for Avatar, The Last Airbender, and right now they're doing Legend of Korra. And I might watch a few others of their videos, but I don't watch everything they upload. Channel Awesome. I watch most of their stuff. Because Science, which is Kyle Hill from Nerdist, has a new channel called Because Science. I like that. Marquez Brownlee, or MKHD. He's a tech reviewer. Peter McKinnon, who is a vlogger, but he talks a lot about the technical side of photography and filming and cameras, and I like that aspect. Philip DeFranco, I watch his show every day. Boogie2988, I watch most of his videos, but I don't watch the Francis videos. ETC, I like about half of their stuff. I watch things like their Tech Tuesdays and some of their like weekly weird news and stuff. The Slow-Mo guys, I like them. They usually have really short clips. Philly D, which is the kind of behind the scenes vlog thing that comes out like 2 or 3 times a week, that's attached to Philip DeFranco. Collider, that's where I get a lot of movie news stuff. I like Collider. Frog Leap Studios, I love Frog Leap Studios. He does metal covers of songs, and I like him as a person. I think he's great. Chris Stuckman. Chris Stuckman is one of my favorite YouTube movie reviewers. He was one of the inspirations for me to start my channel. I really love Chris Stuckman. Frog Leap! Yes, I love Frog Leap Studios. I've been watching him for years now, actually, since near the beginning. Which, like, Indian movie reactors, do I admire or find them interesting? A lot of us don't really watch much of other reactors because we're doing the same content. But when we have a big movie, like, I'll probably watch reactions that other people did of Kaala just to see what they thought. For the big ones, I end up watching a lot of reactions from different people. But for the most part, I don't watch other reactors that are in my field. At least not regularly. But I like, I like Sergeant Rocco because we're friends. And he does good stuff. Very different from mine, though. That Vicky Girl and Sky Channel, but a lot of these are people that I talk to, and that's why I like their stuff. I like their personalities. It's really just personality based. You know, if you talk to someone and you like them as a person, you end up liking their content more. Pesh, the AIM. There's a few more, but I'm blanking on names. Do I like the recent changes they made to the Collider graphics? Yeah, I think it looks fine. It looks good. It's updated. It's fresh. It's new. I think the graphic artist they got did a good job. But I do miss seeing the list of subjects on the side. Because I like seeing what's coming up next. You know? I don't know. It's not necessary, but I kind of liked seeing where they are. So if I wanted to like skip through the video, I can go to the part that they're focusing on at that moment. So I do miss that. Yeah, I miss the sidebar. See ya, Joe. No problem, anytime. I like answering questions. But I think I'm going to end it here, guys. We hit 3 hours. I need to eat something since I haven't had anything in like 10 hours. I probably should eat something. And yeah. Thank you guys for sticking around. I really appreciate it. And hey, thanks, Jen. We should talk sometime. It's been a while. Should message me. But like, share, and subscribe and tell your friends. Make me famous, people. And I will see you on the next video. I'm gonna go crash.